Welcome back, ladies and gents. Um, I made a review back in August, so that's about 4 months ago, on this particular watch. And I'd like to go back in depth and show you more features in that and just kind of give you kind of a check-in on the durability and how the watch is doing after 4 months of use. Um, I'm a blue collar worker. I work with my hands a lot, and this watch gets banged around, as you can tell. But relatively speaking, it's actually in pretty decent shape. Some features that I forgot to leave out in the last video is you can change the screen, the wallpaper, I guess, just by clicking the power button. There's only 3 settings, but I'd say that one's probably my favorite. Um, the Find Your Phone feature, it does work. That I mentioned that before in a previous video that I wasn't for sure if it actually worked. It does work as long as you are connected to the app. That is the stipulation there. In the app, if you lose the watch, as long as the watch is charged and you're connected to the app and the watch is within range, I guess, the app has a find the watch feature as well. The timer, it works pretty good. The sport mode, well, we'll go into that a little bit. So basically, you can kind of choose what you're doing. Oh my gosh. You can choose, like, if you're running, if you're playing football, excuse the, it's not showing up, badminton, basketball, ping pong, riding, climbing, walking, and that's it. It has a step counter, a beats per minute monitor, and a timer for how long you've actually been doing said activity. So let's continue on. It shows your messages. The sleep monitor is not really that accurate. The beats per minute, it's accurate, but it's not constantly reading your beats per minute. That's the catch to it. So see, I have the watch off and it says 59. Now it says 121, 118, blah blah blah. It's not 100% accurate. You kind of have to mess with it a little bit, but relatively speaking, it's not bad. The mile marker thing is somewhat accurate, I guess. It mostly goes off the amount of steps that you take, and that's how the mile thing works. So if you move your arm, it's like any pedometer where you move it and it counts it as a step. So you kind of have to be careful and take what the step counter and the mile counter is with a grain of salt. The kcal, it's somewhat accurate, I would say. Again, it goes off your steps, but at the same time, if you're moving, you're burning calories, so take it how you will. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the features of the watch. I mean, it's not touchscreen, like I said in the last video. But other than that, I mean, it's rocking and rolling, keeping going. The band hasn't broken on me. It's not showing signs that it's cracking and breaking or anything like normal wristwatches. Like you go to a store and buy a digital watch that has a plastic band, and they're usually breaking within the, I don't know, first 4 months, 6 months, or they're showing signs of wear and tear and that they're getting ready to break. Well, this one's not showing that. So yeah, like I said, let's get some light on that. It's dirty. Shows that I use it all the time. It's got some gouging and paint's coming off, this and that, but yeah, I mean, they're for a somewhat cheap watch. I forget what I even paid for this. For a somewhat cheap watch, they're not bad. Now, granted, they're not the best smartwatch out there, but they definitely get the job done. In my last video, somebody was asking in the comments. I actually have it pulled up. He said, How do you pair it with your phone? I can't get it to connect with the app. Also, don't know how to change the time because it's wrong. To which I replied, I'm not entirely sure on how to connect the watch anymore. I've never had to reconnect mine. For sure, you'll have to download the app called Wear Health. If I remember correctly, you have to make an account in that. Once you're into the app, you'll press mine and do whatever it says there to connect the watch. I had to try and connect it 2 or 3 times in order to finally connect. You can't change the time until it's connected on your phone. To be fair, though, most other smartwatches are the same unless they connect to the internet. Typo there on but no big deal. So yeah, in order to connect the watch and get the correct time, you have to download Wear Health app and go through the necessary steps, connect the watch to the app, so on and so forth, and then it'll display the correct time. So the time is correct. It is 3:56 right now. But yeah, like I said, it's not a bad watch, especially for what I paid for it, considering. So yeah, be worth a shot.